Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. It's the Guerrilla coming to you live, the thriller, not from Manila, with my main man, the Cowboy. He's not coy, and we're giving it to you real deal. Holyfield, if you know what, forget I'm stopping. I got bars for you this morning, Cowboy. I got bars for you.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Anyway, guys, check us out, roguenews.com. Follow us on X at ESW Rogue News, ESW Rogue News. And also, you can follow us on every single podcasting app known to humanity, from Apple Podcasts to Google Podcasts. We're everywhere on every platform you want us to be on, plus Rumble. As I always used to say, we're everywhere you want us to be, plus a bag of chips. That's us, guys, plus a bag of chips. And also, check out our paid sponsors, AlgoFactory.tech, AlgoFactory.tech. Change or trade your job, upgrade your life. And we're giving away a free algorithm for you to utilize. A free algorithm. Just click the link on the description box. Get your free algo today. And then join us over at Algo Factory. And with that being said, Cowboy, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Doing good. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, my friend. I'm doing great, watching the implosion of the Western world as it happens in slow motion. And I think there's a chance that we will emerge as the cleanest, dirtiest shirt in the playground. So that might be a good thing. But there's a lot of stuff going on, brother. A lot of stuff going on. We have the new McCarthyism. We have the EU SSR. I love that. The EU SSR with Christina Vander Crazy. She's an amazing woman who's leading the EU. And, of course, the one and only, the incomparable Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, when the controversies of him and his husband, his wife. So there's a lot of stuff going on, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. I guess we can get into the new McCarthyism, brother.
No, let's do it.
You know what? I forgot to send you these links. Let me go ahead and send you.
Send us a quick note on Rumble. The links to do a live show on there are broken at this time. Yeah. So I'm just uploading the shows afterwards.
All right, there you go. I sent it's in your Telegram. Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's start with this one.
All right, let's get on the witch hunt. Right? Because when a country, this is why economics is so damn important, guys. That's why it's so damn important. Honest and just weights and measures are very important, and has been since time immemorial, for the benefit of trade, which is literally the benefit of which creates the benefit of relationships and alliances and partnerships, which leads to communities, cities, countries, empires, so on and so forth. When you go off of real and tangible assets, when you get off of real wealth and real money, and you convert to legal tender, you enter the world of central banking and fractional reserve lending, which has only one purpose, which is wealth extraction and perpetual warfare and perpetual debt. Then on the end of it, at the very end stage of this crumbling empire of paper, there's going to be a lot of projection and a lot of finger pointing. And the only thing important, folks, and it always has been to the central bank economy, the only thing important to the fire economy, the only thing important to the speculative economy is narrative. Narrative is the most important thing. You got to have a narrative. Narrative is key. Not only do they have you thinking binary, good versus bad, black versus white, left versus right, up versus down, but they also have a narrative for you to follow. So in order for you to be divided, this is why the right in America hates China, and the left in America hates Russia. And our good friend Matthew Ehret has always said that America is a house on fire, and China and Russia are the water that can help put it out. In other words, we need to work with global powers in partnerships, because that's what they're interested in doing. We're the only ones that we have a bunch of no-talent hacks running our country. The only stupid thing they know how to do is war, subterfuge, coups, and all sorts of nefarious cloak and dagger activities all throughout the world. So they know how to do. And then at home, we'll give you the whole thing. We're bringing manufacturing back home. How the hell are you going to do that without a very deep supply chain? I've had conversations with Cowboy and Velas before where I always advocate the supply chain is the most important thing. I think I even said it here. Like, people don't understand what that even means. I say supply chain, people think a Walmart truck. Folks, it's so deep. When you study supply chains and logistics, and I remember when I cut my teeth in strategic metals, cobalt, vanadium, molybdenum, and in the cobalt business at that time, we had to go on Incoterms, right? Which is basically the shipping terms, and I had to learn logistics. I had to learn what all these Incoterms were, and I had to figure out, what the every step of the way, from the cobalt mine in Zimbabwe to the rail line all the way to Johannesburg, from when it's loaded onto a ship on its way to the Netherlands to be refined and sold all over the world. I had to learn the fucking supply chain. So the supply chain and logistics is something that I fell deeply in love with. There's a lot of intricacies to it. So when they say we're going to bring back manufacturing to the United States, oh yeah, here we go. Intel setting up a new chip plant. Oh yeah, I heard that about a few years ago, 2-3 years ago. And TSMC, the largest semiconductor manufacturing company on planet Earth, are going to be setting up shop here in the United States. And then what happens? A few years later, they realize they can't make anything here in the United States. That half the chips, in fact, all the chips they make here, 50% of it, they got to ship it back to Taiwan for finishing and then ship it back. And at the end of the day, the chip costs twice as much as it would if it was done overseas. And then on top of that, you can't even do the advanced chips here because why? The supply chain to get into from 5 nanometer to 3 nanometer chips simply do not exist here. And the technical acumen of the people simply don't have the educational and technical capability to make it here. Shocking. When you live in a country where you're only breaking a few thousand engineers and scientists per year versus China, which is breaking 500,000 engineers and scientists per year, and Russia over 100,000 per year, it kind of puts into perspective how far behind we are. And so the only thing left as the war economy, the perpetual war, perpetual debt, and perpetual stupidity continues to roll out is projection. Because why? When you can't build anything physical and your entire scheme is wealth extraction through financial fraud, the most important thing for you is not reality, it's narrative. So here's a narrative. Trump demands Intel CEO must resign over alleged China ties, cited in Senator Tom Cotton's letter. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you would know that I am no fan of Cotton. I don't like the man. He's a low IQ idiot. He's not even a midwit. To call him a midwit is insulting to midwits, folks. He's a moron. And so Cotton, a neocon, a sheep-dipped Zionist neocon, is saying that this CEO, and this is got, dude, I think I have. Let me pull up Cowboy. Cowboy, can you do me a favor? Can you go on YouTube, pull up Tom Cotton, questioning TikTok CEO? That's a perfect example of how stupid Tom Cotton is. If you could pull that up for us, man.
TikTok CEO.
And while you get that queued up, I'm gonna dig a little.
Got deeper. It right here.
Right, go ahead. Let's pull this up. This shows you the level of genius that we're dealing with in Congress.
I had to unshare and share. Give me just a second here, because I shared without sound.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. This is it, right?
Yeah, do the shorts.
Thank you, Senator Rono.
Let me
Senator
pause
Cotton.
this.
That's the whole 8-minute thing.
Yeah, we'll go back.
Go back. Go down.
Here's a short right there.
Yeah.
Grills him about his nationality.
Yeah. Go to the one that says nationality.
Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
Are you a citizen of any other nation?
No, Senator.
Have you ever applied for Chinese citizenship?
Senator, I served my nation in Singapore. No, I did not.
Do you have a Singaporean passport?
Yes, and I served my military for two and a half years in Singapore.
Do you have any other passports from any other nations?
No, Senator.
Your wife is an American citizen. Your children are American citizens.
That's correct.
Have you ever applied for American citizenship?
Not yet.
Okay. Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese
This
Communist
is the
Party?
fucking
No, Senator.
stupidity.
Again, I'm
Okay, stop right
Singaporean.
there.
Of what?
What an idiot.
That is the acumen of the average, and Tom Cotton would be considered one of the smartest guys in the Congress and Senate. Oh God, he's just smart. Let me explain something to you guys. We don't have real diplomats in this country. We have fucking politician skis buckets. That's what we have here. Okay, and these are such whores for the military-industrial complex, whores for big pharma, whores for big tech, whores for banking. Okay, all of which are designed to kill you. Every aspect of it is designed to destroy your country, and these are the whores that are selling you out. Here's Cotton, dumb as fuck, Cotton, and he's asking, so what's your nationality? Singaporean. Are you a member of the Chinese Communist Party? No, I'm Singaporean. I've served in my military. I've served in the Singaporean military. I don't have a dual citizenship. Which we should ask Cotton. How many members of Congress has a dual citizenship? And every single one of the dual citizenship members that are in Congress have a dual citizenship with one country alone. Can you guess which country that is, Cowboy?
Botswana.
Close. Very close. Very close.
Oh, I know. It's Italy.
It's another country that starts with the letter I, but you get the idea.
They also have big noses.
It's not Iceland. Iceland is very close.
Iceland's right there. India.
Exactly.
It's India.
Oh, that's another one. Very close. A Patel is very closely related to these guys. So yeah, maybe. So we all know it's Israel. Okay, no one's questioning these guys about dual citizenship. They're asking him because, of course, TikTok is working for the Chinese Communist Party, which is a bunch of hogwash. TikTok was exposing Israeli war crimes, and that's the only reason why they went after TikTok. It's the only reason why. Again, narrative and projection. Narrative is very important. So back to Cotton here. President Trump must have read U.S. Republican Senator Tom Cotton's letter sent to Intel's board on Wednesday about the chip maker's new CEO, Lip-Bu Tan. Hey, come on, somebody. Lip-Bu Tan. Sounds almost Vietnamese. Lip-Bu Tan. I don't even think that's a Chinese name, bro. Lip-Bu Tan. That sounds Vietnamese. Maybe. I might be wrong. Lip-Bu Tan's ties to Chinese firms and a recent criminal case involving his former company, Cadence Design, which I'm sure has nothing in correlation here. That's because Trump just fired off a shocking new Truth Social post moments ago. The CEO, quote unquote, of Intel is highly conflicted and must resign immediately, Trump wrote on a social media platform. In a letter addressed to the Intel chairman, Frank Yeary, Cotton raised the question whether Intel's board knew about subpoenas issued to Cadence during Tan's tenure and whether Tan has fully disclosed or divested from Chinese chip firms linked to the Chinese military or the Communist Party. Okay. With guys like Tom Cotton doing their work, you can be most assured that this is what's happening. And so the article goes on, and I'm not going to read idiot Cotton's stupid letter, low IQ Cotton. I'm not going to bother with that. But I will tell you what this is about. the U.S. is having some sort of a fever dream that's going to establish its own rare earth metal supply, which somebody who's worked in rare earth metals like myself completely laughs at. It will never happen. It can't happen. It's impossible. You could have some semblance of a rare earth metal supply to fund your industries, but you'll never have it. It's just not going to happen. So with that being said, what is this all about? This is all about a new type of McCarthyism. You're going to see more and more. First it was the CEO of TikTok. Now it's the CEO of Intel. Anybody that has any sort of an Asian background that happens to work in big tech is going to be looking at suspect. Anybody. Oh, I wonder. I don't even know who the current head of TSMC here is here in the United States subsidiary, but there's going to be a lot of questions fielded everywhere. This is about, this is how the insanity is. They're doing everything to decouple ourselves from China. Most, the erudite, unknowing American would think that's a great idea. I'm here to tell you it's a terrible idea. What we're decoupling from are things that we cannot replace. And it would take us years in order to build up to the level where we can kind of make up some sort of a shortcoming, but not fully replace.
Well, how come we can't replace it? They just steal our technology. We make
That's
everything they
right.
make, and then we do it better.
Everything China has, they've stolen from us. That's right. Because we don't commit industrial espionage, Cowboy. We don't do that. Hell, we
should.
We should. And here's the funny thing: we only do industrial espionage on our own citizens. Look at Casey Push, this guy who's on Tucker Carlson, who made the car that does 100 miles per gallon, and they went after him like he was developing a new way to inject fentanyl. Okay, they raided his shop like it was a crack house. Okay, we do industrial espionage on our own citizens. Okay. Folks, there's things that are in China right now that it will break your brain. It will break your brain. Break your brain. I seriously mean when I say that. So no. I'm not saying that. That's like an old adage, right? So they're telling you that, they're stealing secrets. Or what's this guy going to steal from Intel? That's so valuable to China. Intel is so behind the curve on so many things. A stupid company led by morons practically going bankrupt while they hired this guy as the CEO. It's like Ferrari being accused of stealing technology from, I don't know, somebody who makes go-karts or electric bikes. I mean, like you name it.
Yugo.
It's the most egregious thing you could even say. It's so stupid. It's so low IQ, but yet it happens. He must resign because he's Chinese. Let's find out what's his nationality. I'm curious, right? Lip Bhutan nationality. Let's see. Oh, he's American.
CEO.
He's an American. Oh my God! Not only is he an American, he lives in Piedmont, California, and he's a Christian. He's an elder at his church. What? Let's see what. He's Malaysian, bro. I knew his name's not Chinese. He's Malaysian. This is the level. Leave it to Tom Cotton to get his Asians wrong.
Well, it's so funny. The guy he was interviewing, the Singaporean guy, he's like, Chinese Communist Party. I'm Singaporean, sir. like he's like, you're an idiot.
Yeah, seriously. But that's the level of raw talent we have working in the United States government.
Well, you could tell, you could tell if you watch Tom Cotton, for whatever reason, I think he knew that he screwed up because before he goes into his questions about the CCP, he like pauses. He's like, "Oh shit," but he had to continue.
He had to continue because he's stupid. He had to continue. He has to double down. See, there's no reverse gear when it comes to our politicians. If we're committed to war, then we're going to go all the way until it blows up in our faces, all the way, and then we're going to make an excuse as to why and then we're going to declare victory and say mission accomplished and have a parade when we come home. That's how dumb we are, right? So this guy, Liputan, Malaysian Christian, living in California forever, married here. His wife and kids are here. He's a member of the church here. He graduated from MIT here. Like, what the heck is... He's Chinese communist. He's clearly compromised. The only person conflicted here is Donald J. Trump. How about Donald J. Trump removes the Zionist penis out of his mouth? How about that, Donald? How about that? And then we talk about being conflicted. Why was our trade with Canada derailed? Oh, because they offended Israel, so now we can't trade with them. Who's conflicted? This is the stupidity of it all, man. This is the absolute, total stupidity of it all. And on top of more stupidity, let's switch gears to the EU. EU has really shown that Europe is the birthplace of liberty, equality, fraternity. Is it not, Cowboy? Oh, yeah.
Yes, liberté, égalité, homosexualité.
Yes. Yes. This is we are the place, we are looking for the freedom for all Americans. We are going to impose shut control. We are going to make sure that you cannot say anything negative about us or our politicians, nor can you insult us.
No, if you say the wrong thing on social media, we're going to put you in jail. And if you walk into one of our cabinet member meetings, our MEP meetings, you'll see lots of cocaine on the table, because this is the only way we could think in such a stupid way, is by doing cocaine all of the time.
We have to do the cocaine. It is the only way for us to do any kind of work to get it done. Anyway,
Yes.
chat control.
And my wife, doesn't mind.
Controversial European Union proposal dubbed chat control, which is what sycophants and control freaks in the United States want here. And this is why we have to resist this. Controversial European Union proposal dubbed chat control regaining momentum, with 19 out of 27 EU member states reportedly backing the measure. The plan would mandate that messaging platforms, including WhatsApp, Signal, and Telegram, must scan every message, photo, and video sent by users starting in October, even if its end-to-end encryption is in place. Popular French tech blogger Corbin wrote on Monday. Denmark reintroduced the proposal July 1st, the first day of its EU-controlled EU Council presidency. France, once opposed, is now in favor of Corbyn said, citing Patrick Breyer, a former member of the European Parliament for Germany and the European Pirate Party, European Ass Pirate Party. What the hell? Belgium. I had to throw it in there, man. It's Europeans. You got to.
The Ass Pirates are coming for your vote.
They are the Ass Pirates. They are after the derrière. It is the most incredible.
Yeah, pieces of 8.
Yes. Belgium, Hungary, Sweden, Italy, Spain are also in favor, while Germany remains Germany, of all places, right? It's turning into like a gay version of Nazism in Germany. Is undecided. However, if Berlin joins the majority, a qualified council vote could push the plan through by mid-October. Qualified majority in EU Council is achieved when two conditions are met. First, at least 55% of the member states, meaning 15 out of 27, must vote in favor. It's incredible. Again, this is something created by bureaucrats who have no bloody idea. It's very costly, very expensive for these firms to go ahead and set up measures where every message is scanned, every photo and video and everything is scanned on an end-to-end encrypted communique. It's very expensive to do, but that doesn't matter, because the EU is all about freedom, folks. The EU is all about freedom. And this isn't a place where if you say anything against the government, you make fun of a politician, you say that mass migration is wrong, whatever the heck you're thinking, you can be thrown into jail. That's where we are with the EU. It's incredible to even witness this, Cowboy. Incredible. Switching gears. Trump hits India with additional tariffs as Modi prepares to visit China for the first time in 7 years. Look at that. What do you think is happening there, Cowboy?
Well, I imagine I think they're trying to do it overtly or ostensibly over buying oil from Russia. But let's see. Well, they don't want India and China cooperating. So I'm guessing that city of London's probably quarterbacking that move.
Of course. Of course. Quarterbacking is correct, my man. And we see it happening, right? What this is doing is this. The U.S. tariffs, the world's starting to realize that on the global stage, the United States is the schizophrenic belligerent. Okay. How do you do long-term business with a schizophrenic belligerent that every 4 years is a new nut job in the office?
You don't.
You can't. And the world's grown sick of it. We're no longer looked at as a place of stability. We were looked at as a place of stability because we had the most liquid, most deep markets. Well, now that's been exposed to be a giant fucking fraud. U.S. President Donald J. Trump signed an executive order imposing additional 25% tariff on India over its purchase of Russian energy, the White House said on 6th of August. The additional tariffs will stack on top of the 25% country-specific tariffs due to take effect overnight, and it will come into force within 21 days, according to the executive order signed by Trump. Oh, that's all very good. Yeah, it's excellent. It's great. They're feeling a war machine, and they're going to do that. Then I'm not going to be happy. He needs to fucking chill. Like, who the fuck are you Zionist show, right? Feeling war. This is the guy who said, as soon as I'm in office, I'm going to end the war in 24 hours. Okay. All you got to do is stop funding Ukraine and depose that Nazi Zelensky from the presidency, and it's done. It's over. But now they're feeling, if these people, this is again showing you how stupid American politicians are. They still think Russia is a gas station masquerading as a country. A gas station with nukes. If you cut off the gas prices, then their whole economy will collapse. They have no idea that this is a first-class manufacturing powerhouse. I've said it. Colonel Douglas McGregor has said it. They're probably, I've been saying it for years, Russia's probably the third largest economy in the world. Real talk with real numbers, not the bullshit GDP, but the actual purchasing power parity. They're fueling a war machine. This is how dumb these people are. Despite a warm public reception during the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's White House visit on February, Indian diplomats were stunned by what journalists briefed on the meeting described as a lack of respect shown to the Prime Minister behind closed doors. Amid these economic tensions, Prime Minister Modi is scheduled to travel to China on the 31st of August to attend the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, which, okay, Modi, hold on one second.
They're fueling a war machine. It's the best war machine you've ever seen. You've never seen a bigger war machine than this. I don't know what happened. I think V choked on his banana or something. Is it?
Man, I don't choke on bananas, bro.
Well, did you imagine that you were Trump and the banana belonged to like a body part of a Zionist or something? Like,
yes, a blue and white banana with the star of Rafam in the middle. That's what I dreamt of. Yeah, that's what I thought of. But so in the Shanghai the SCO, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, which coincidentally, that meeting is important because there's another member of the SCO that's in there as well that President Xi Jinping wants to smooth it out with. That's Pakistan. Pakistan and China are aligned. They're more aligned than the U.S. India is the wild card. If there's a way they can get India on board, which they're going to, because Trump is doing everything he can to drive the multipolar world together. Trump is going to make the multipolar world great again. He's providing the cement on which these individual nations will bridge their trade alliances and cement it together and keep it in place. He's the one doing it. He's the architect of the whole thing. So I think Trump is, maybe this is 5D chess, Cowboy. Maybe this is the part of the plan. Build a multipolar world using tariffs. Makes so much sense. The visit will mark the first visit to China since 2020. The Galwan Valley clash, and it's being widely seen by Indian media as a step toward repairing ties with Beijing amid growing economic strain from the U.S. And the problem with India is it's so infiltrated with the Brits. That is the problem with India. I don't look at India with any sort of long-term promise of anything. It can't progress unless it purges its crown agents that are deep within its government and in its industry, and it cannot progress. India needs somebody like a Lee Kuan Yew, somebody to just come in, smash the entire place, make English the official language, and fucking develop it. And then follow the Chinese model of development. That's what they need to do. That was followed by President Xi Jinping traveling to India in October 2019, months before the Chinese army's incursion into eastern Ladakh. So this is a big thing. Trump is the architect of the emerging multipolar world, my man. It's incredible to witness this, bro. Your thoughts, Cowboy?
Oh, well, yeah. I have in my office here my crash helmet. I've got it on.
Got it on. Good.
And I spent all morning on 4chan telling everybody that this is the plan. It's been the plan the whole time. And if you don't believe that, then you're just a commie. You're a communist. Yep. And I'm sorry, but you need to understand that this is 19D chess, right?
Yep.
19,000 D, million D chess with a capital D in Trump's mouth that belongs to Israel. I don't know, man. It's gonna come down to. You said the BRICS are getting stronger, right? So the U.S. has a lot of purchasing power still, but that's not going to last. There will be a time when the rest of the world is not really interested in our debt. And that time has been coming slowly. I mean, the world's been using less and less dollars over time, and you can look at it as a form of inflation. I want to say that the amount of dollars being used from a reserve currency standpoint in the last 10 years has decreased by like 10 or 20%, right? Where did all those dollars go, right? Now, I'm sure we can convince and cajole and force other nations to continue to hold our debt for a time, but there will be a time when our debt is worthless because no one wants it, no one wants to use it. So are we going to be able to hold together some kind of a group of countries that will use our debt just for the purpose of whatever? I mean, maybe not. China still they already make better stuff than we do. We talked about that. Their supply chains, all that stuff works over there. I mean, sure, we can make some things here, but we're one disaster away from being completely inept as a manufacturing nation. Power grid, supply chains. All these countries have to do is say, F you don't get our stuff anymore. Like China can just say no more metals for you. Well, we can't make anything.
And they're already tightening it.
They're doing it. Yeah. And we need that stuff for our military. We need that stuff for our Wi-Fi and cell phone networks. I mean, unless we can find some strategic metals under the ground in the US and be willing to mine them. I know we can find some, but do we have deposits, V, that you know of? Do we have our own strategic metals under the ground here? In any amount? None, right? I think we have some, but
we have some, but it's nothing to warrant any sort of. There's nothing to really supply industry in its current state. Period.
Yeah, it would be and again, Rob B said it, and this is where I was going next. Okay, let's say we have the metals, you got to refine them.
Yeah.
So in that sense, like everything that we make we probably would lose like 90% of our industry if that happened. If China said no more metals for you, then I mean that's war. We'll either like we'll probably go to South America and start attacking them and stealing their shit instead. Like,
Yeah.
So again, there is an article written a few weeks ago by Ian Burlingame, who will be back, I think, next week. He's out this week. And he was talking about how the empire must pull back slowly, and everybody has an interest in that. We don't have the kind of military tech that China does. We talked about this, V, that, the kind of tech that they're developing as far as ships that basically can turn our own missiles against us and they can hide from us. We got no idea that they're there. I mean, they've had that technology for who knows how long. We're like finding out about it.
We have alien technology, bro, from Area 51. So
yeah, deep
we're
storage.
Fine.
Deep storage.
We have deep storage alien tech. We have deep storage gold. We have deep storage everything, bro.
Yeah, deep storage butt plugs.
Yeah.
And so basically, what the concern for me is, like, one thing we do have in like reality, without joking around, is a lot of bases around the world, and our 20th century military tech is still pretty good by 20th century standards. And, China has great tech, but, they don't have the bases around the world. They're not interested in that. China's not interested in conquering other nations. They just want to trade and they want to protect their own country. And I don't care what anybody in the audience thinks about that. Name one time in the last 300 years where China has gone and invaded a bunch of other countries. Now name less than 10 times that we have not done that, right? I mean, the U.S. has invaded country after country. We have bases in hundreds of countries around the world. Well, that's the model, whether we like it or not. And so the theory is that we all know that our financial empire is closing. This is something that we've known is coming for a very long time here at Rogue. It's not news. But the faster it happens, the more chaotic it is. And everybody is kind of depending on the U.S. around the world and those bases to maintain a balance, whether we like that balance or not. It falls under the better the devil category. And so, and there's a lot of countries that still think that we're great. And in many ways, we're still a good country and we're not terrible. We're just going down a shitty path. We're degenerating, and that has to do with our leadership. And I think we need to start, and I hate to say this, but I don't hate to say it. I think we need to, I think we're not using our lampposts properly. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. And I think we could definitely have some new decorations on our lampposts, and maybe some piñatas, organic piñatas. And I think until we kind of get rid of the problem, this is what's going to happen. So if the empire can retreat as slowly as is needed, and if we can somehow shed this influence, obviously we're having a problem with Europe. It seems that we are pushing Europe away, but it seems that Trump is trying to make some kind of a relationship with England. And you got a lot of people with a lot of theories around that. But I don't know, man. I mean, why? Why are we doing that? Why are we not trying to do business? And I think that Trump was able to do a lot of good things out of the gate. And I think they finally caught up to whatever his leverage is. Whatever leverage he had around everybody else that allowed him to do what he did in the first 100 days, I think that political capital was spent. And I think whoever owned that was also corralled. So sure, he's doing some good things domestically, and that's fine. But I think he did everything he could, and I think he's out of ammo, and I think it's back to business as usual. And that's what I think.
Yep. Agree totally. And that's the end of the show, folks. I want to thank all you guys for joining us today. We'll be back tomorrow. Who do we have tomorrow? Well, we have Velas. It's Friday.
Velas, yes. It's a banger of a show.
That's going to be a barnstormer of a show. So make sure you guys are locked and loaded. Have your dark roast ready and your notebooks handy. And with that being said, Cowboy, we're at the end of the show. Take it away, my man. See you all tomorrow.